Hey guys, today I have a video for you on this cheap eBay action camera. So let's get into it. So this camera is called an SJ5000 1080p action camera, or whatever you want to call it. I pretty much paid $23 Canadian, or around $18 US for all of this. Now for $20, honestly, you're not going to get a good camera. But look at the accessories it comes with. I mean, it looks like an item that could be worth more than $20, but it's debatable, but we'll get into that further in this video. Here's the box here. It did come damaged and whatnot. The item did take a while to arrive, which was unfortunate. It does say 1080p, 15 FPS, 720p, 30 FPS. On the 1080p shooting mode, it only showed up as 720p 30 FPS on my computer, so I'm not sure about that. It's probably only 720p 30 FPS. They probably just have 1080p on there for some sort of advertising thing, like, oh, it's 1080p, it's high definition. Yeah, it doesn't really seem to have too much amazing specs or anything like that. Comes with the accessories and whatnot. The box is pretty basic. It does come in quite a few different colors. I have the white color, so yeah. The included accessories actually aren't that bad. Now I do have this camera here, which I did actually do another video on too. I paid around $45 for that camera and I got pretty much the same accessories. So if we just go over here, we have the case, which was pretty much just the waterproof enclosure. And then right here we have a little mounting thing. Right here we have a clip thing. So I don't really know the names. And then this is, you can attach like the handlebars on your bike. It just goes in between there. Another mounting thing with adhesive on the side. This pretty much lets you mount the camera when it's outside of the case to a tripod mount. You can see the tripod mounts there. You did get the micro USB cable, little instruction manual, some more little adhesive pads, and then there's a little like zip tie in there. We have a big band or a strap here, and then right here we have the mount for it. Pretty much just allows you to attach it to a tripod accessory or whatnot. So here's the actual camera itself. It doesn't look half bad. It says HD 1080p right there. There's the power button, which also functions as like the mode. There's a sensor here. On this side we do have the micro USB, which will be used to charge and hook it up to your computer. There's a micro HDMI there, and there's the SD card there. I'm not sure how much SD card it supports up to, but I had a 32 in there and it worked just fine. There's a little LED up there. There's the OK button. It also functions as the record button. There's two LEDs here. We have the speaker, I believe, or it might be the microphone. We have the up and down arrows for controlling everything. I think that might be the speaker as well. I'm not quite sure, but then we have the battery cover here. You can use it to take the battery out. So let's just go ahead and turn it on here. All you do is hit the power button. Now the screen on it is pretty big compared to other action cameras I've seen. Usually they have an absolutely tiny screen like the other one I paid $40 for. But the user interface isn't like 10 out of 10, but you get what you need. If you hit the mode button or the power button once, it goes into picture mode, which is 5 megapixels. Honestly, it doesn't look that good. I'll get into a quality test later. Hit it again and you can play back your videos or your images. Hit it again and you have the settings. You can go through resolutions, you can add the dates, motion detection, audio, resolution for the pictures. You can delete stuff, the volume, formats, order, power on and off, video rotate if you want to record it upside down, which is pretty helpful for some mounting situations. And then hit it again and you're back to power mode, or to the video mode. And the screen on it is pretty weird looking. Like, I don't know how to explain it, but the screen just has a terrible way. If you don't look at it dead on, you can hardly see anything. Like, it has like this weird look to it. I don't know how to explain it, but the screen isn't very good. But at least it's somewhat big, which is okay, I guess. But yeah, let's get into the quality of it now. Just before we get into the quality test, I just wanted to touch over this briefly. So this is the enclosure. I had a little bit of trouble getting it open at first if you don't understand how to do it. So pretty much all you do is you slide this to the side and then you push this up. So then you can put the camera in here. The camera isn't really that difficult to take in or out of it, which is nice. All you do is kind of put it in there and then put this over here and it's in. It does feel pretty good. It feels nice and solid and secure. The buttons they're all right. You can still easily press the buttons. And yeah, it doesn't look half bad either. So the case included is all right, and I think it should be fine. In my waterproof tests I did, it seemed to work okay. So I dunked it in a fish tank for a while. I put it under a sink, just left it in there for a couple minutes, and it seemed to work fine. So yeah. Alright, so this is like a quick quality looking test thingamajigger. The camera is not in the case, it's just kind of out doing its own thing. I'm just walking around, moving the camera, get some video stabilization ideas and whatnots. You're hearing the microphone, I'm not talking that loud or anything. It's a pretty well lit area, let's just go outside. There you got a quick outside look, just see how it does in really good light. And then let's shut off some lights and just kind of go like low light here. This is like somewhat low light. This is like, you can easily see it with your eyes, but the camera's hardly picking it up. So the image quality isn't the best, but I mean, like, you can make your own decision whether or not it's good enough for you. If you want to see a more in detail or a longer quality video test thingamajigger, I have a link in the description below as well to a full quality test video where I just show off this camera's capabilities a little bit better. So from those quality tests you just saw, you can obviously see that it's not a very amazing quality camera or anything like that. For $20, I don't think it's bad at all. It's probably about the same quality as in like an old phone. So if you're going to be using this camera for really anything and you're not benefiting from the waterproof enclosure, I'd honestly just recommend using your phone or an older digital camera, because you're probably going to get about the same quality or even better. And really the only use I can see for this is like a one-time vacation or something like that, when all you want to do is put it underwater and take some photos or something like that. It might be useful, or if you just want to try it out and like go and like, I don't know, there's probably a million uses you can find for this. But what I would recommend, if you want an action camera and you think you're actually going to use it, is either buying a waterproof case for your phone and using that, or spending double the money and getting something like this, which is $40. There's a million websites where you can get these action cameras from. Just make sure you find one that has good reviews and various other YouTube videos that people have done quality tests for, so you know what you're buying. But something like this has quite a bit better quality. It's comparable to like my phone from 2013, that kind of quality. So it's not bad, but I think it's definitely worth the improvement over this from this for $20. That's all for now. If you want to buy this, there will be a link in the description below. If you want to see the video on this, there's also a link in the description below. That's all for now. Any questions, comments, concerns, leave them in the comments below. That's all for now. Have a nice day and see you guys later.